Hey, I'm Time Travel Weird, and I just wanted to kind of show where the clouds are right now for the new shader. Still very early testing, um, but it's a full 3D cloud volume, including fog layers. That once I incorporate it, will actually occlude and move between trees and everything, and have shadows cast on them. Right now, it's just rendering in the background because I'm still in testing. Frame rate is trashed because I've got it limited because I'm also rendering out the gameplay video for today. But I think this is gonna be good, guys. That sun isn't the sun that's included in the shading right now. I'm just kind of testing everything. Um, but I do have it so that the sun will affect all the lighting and everything. So here we've got a nice blue sky, but as you get towards like a sunset, it gets red, but it's still kind of brighter up towards the top for a while, so you can get that moment. Um, where the clouds are like yellow up high in the sky, but then like dark lower down. I doubt that I'll be able to pinpoint it on here in a very reasonable amount of time. But there we go, that's kind of close. Um, and everything will be configurable because I like everything to be configurable. But it's, let's see, what I've got so far is mostly just testing options. If you wanted less fog, you could have less fog. That's just a thing. Or turn it off. Like I said, it'll be all mixed in with everything. The clouds themselves have at least 21 distinct layers. Right now I'm using a few kinds of dithering to kind of hide the sampling problems from like ray marching through this space. I'll hide that with a type of like TAA because I hate this more than I hate TAA. I think I hate noise in general, um, but to kind of sample this volume, you need at least some kind of noise, or it's gonna have these rings. So I'm just kind of playing around with different stuff I could throw in to kind of mitigate it. This one's an animated noise, so it looks trash. But if your vision is as bad as mine, it might, I don't know, it might look okay on YouTube compression. I'm gonna fix this occlusion too. The clouds are kind of hiding what's next to them. I know it's kind of cool, but like that's a bug. Um, and right now, these clouds are the only ones that really kind of have maybe full shading on them. I need to incorporate it all to just run the same. Right now it runs all a little different. Like the fog has some shadowing on it, but it's not appropriate, and the cirrus clouds don't have any. Yeah, there's at least 21 layers. 5 of them are this fog, which is running its own type of calculation. Um, and then there's maybe 10 main proofy cloud layers, which are the ones that have this kind of orangey shading. Um, and then the cirrus clouds have their own stuff they're doing, which right now this is with like no fractal detail, bad noise functions, and like it's a bad version. Um, if I turn off the wind movement and speed up cloud movement, you might be able to see some of what's going on. Let me turn off the fog too, because the fog isn't really that interesting at this point. Um, there will be once it's incorporated. So there's going to be both like convection for moving things up and down. So like when it's hot, you're going to have more upwards movement of clouds. When it's about to rain or it's a colder environment, I'll have them kind of move down. Same with at nighttime, so the fog and everything will come settle in the morning. Um, all these little holes and patches will be fixed. I'm still kind of playing with it. I want it so that at some time today you can actually see distinct cloud layers where there's a bunch of them, and at other times of day I want there to be um, less layers. But in general, I want clouds to sit on kind of this cloud floor, like that bottom layer of clouds when they do, and then the fog will either be fog or it'll be like local rain showers. and I'll have some kind of a way to do that. And I'm gonna, since I'm going to eventually, oh, that's horrible. Um, since I'm eventually going to have um, voxelized 3D environment capture for doing the off-screen reflections, I'll use that data for clouds too, so that we'll get little rings and hats where like there's a mountain or something, like it'll detect that there's a mountain and the clouds will behave differently. Or I can have fog kind of sit longer in shaded valleys, and I'll have steam rise up off of water that's in the sunshine, because I'll be able to capture that data from Minecraft. And if I'm gonna have some smaller noise patches that'll run like little tiny convection bits and rough edges on the clouds, um, without this big kind of horrible looking stuff. And those will kind of ripple upwards when it's hot and kind of ripple down when it's low. I'm running at the right speed. I think those will look real nice. Um, and like I said, I'll have it. I need to change the shapes and the behavior. Like this, I want to be more wispy and not just chunky. And these shouldn't have those chunks at all. And there's of course all kinds of like glitches to work out. But in concept, I think this is going to be really good. And again, I'll have it actually all fully into the environment so that it'll interact with stuff. And as you go up, you'll be up in the clouds. And as you go down, you'll be down. I just need to push everything into like the right areas of the shader. Right now, I've got it all just in the sky shader. And here's the other clouds too. They're still here. Which means that it's rendering every pixel like all the time when it shouldn't be. But I'll push it to render after everything so that it won't render stuff it doesn't need to. And this too, I'm going to change. That far water has sky reflection on it, and the close water does not. So I need to move that over, and then that'll be done. I think this cloud style is just good for what it is. Except that I need to fix this water. So that'll be an option in there. And the new stuff, just like anything else, if you're watching these videos and watching progress, if you like any of what I'm working on as I'm working on it, tell me in the comments or on Discord, and I will save that as like a snapshot to be a playable option in the shader, because I want there to be a wide range of performance profiles and styles. And even small things like here, like there's haze, which will help capture God rays once I actually have all the shadows calculating down for everything, and it's mixed in. But if you don't want that, you can turn it off. You know how sky color will be configurable, cloud color will be configurable. The way this sky color is actually working is it's not like a distance-based fog. It's literally calculating how much sky and sunshine is like in and bouncing off the sky, like per step of the ray march. So like as you go higher, the sky will probably get blacker. And that haze under clouds, we can just get rid of it if you don't like it. It's in there somewhere. Boop. Now like a perfectly clear blue. That's probably it for this. I was just kind of working on this while waiting for the gameplay video to upload. Yeah, I'm going to fix all the shapes, make them behave a lot better. I'm also going to use a system to make the clouds exist in patches like this. Like picture this is where clouds are allowed to be. So that it's not just like full cloud coverage all the time, but you get like little systems. And I might even have those be very big cloud systems. And then within these big cloud systems, I would have the smaller clouds that you saw, instead of it just being like big chunks with a bunch of ripples that are horrible. That might be kind of cool. You know, have like a storm system move in, have another one move out. Um, and then within those patches, I have clouds be organized in like a way like this. I put that way too fast. It sounds dizzying. But that's where the shader is. You can keep up in progress here on Discord. And once I actually put my lighting in it, I'll probably start releasing it if anyone actually wants to play in it. But I've got to move things from the CTM Bonfix shader into this, debug them so they work. And I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. I'm thinking it might be good enough to actually play with. And then I'll be able to kind of tune performance and stuff and make it actually be like a worthwhile shader. But thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a good week.